I'm getting sick and tired of AEW doing this whole stop, start push with Powerhouse Hobbs. Okay, 1 minute you're hot on him, and then next minute y'all cold. Like I don't get it. It's the same thing with Wardlow. It's like Wardlow got the short end of the stick for sure, and he was being heavily pushed at first, and then they killed his push, and his booking was just terrible. And then probably a year later, he got pushed again, and then they killed his push one more time. And then we just haven't seen Wardlow since. So, I mean, I have a feeling that Powerhouse Hobbs is going to turn out like Wardlow. Yes, we're getting a push for Powerhouse Hobbs right now, and he looked great in that last segment with John Moxley, not selling the steel chair shot. He looked like a beast. The way he took out everyone. He took out the Learning Tree, took out the Death Riders. He just looked invincible. They made him look real strong in the Casino Gauntlet match, which he won. I think he did. Um, yeah, like I like the fact that they're giving him a strong push, but I know how AEW operates when it comes to bigger wrestlers, specifically Tony Khan. He does not stay consistent with booking bigger wrestlers that should be dominating half of the roster of smaller men, right? See, Powerhouse Hobbs should have already been like the Mark Henry or Bobby Lashley of AEW. He should have been a wrecking force, right? This guy should have already been at least a TNT champion by now, right? Or a world champion by now. So I know for a fact Powerhouse Hobbs is not beating John Moxley. So the least that Tony Khan can do with this title match on Wednesday is to protect Powerhouse Hobbs, make it look like John Moxley was outmatched. He can't outpower, and he just cannot seem to get rid of Powerhouse Hobbs. Right? Book a finish where Moxley needs help, of course. Right? He needs help to beat Powerhouse Hobbs, and he can't beat him straight up. If you just have John Moxley beat him clean, then what was the point of giving Hobbs a push? John Moxley does not need to have a clean victory over Powerhouse Hobbs. Remember, John Moxley is the heel that runs away now. He's playing the chicken shit heel, the chicken cowardly bad guy. So it makes sense for him to be outmatched by Hobbs. Hobbs is a real threat to his title reign. So, the least they can do is protect Hobbs in a loss. It's obvious he's not beating Moxley for that title, right? Now, if we're talking about who can realistically and believably take down the Death Riders, it has to be someone like Powerhouse Hobbs, right? Someone like Wardlow. See, Wardlow, if he was being pushed strongly, it would have definitely be Wardlow. I would have picked Wardlow to take the title off of John Moxley. But that's not going to be the case, unfortunately. And it's not going to be Hobbs. But I do appreciate Tony Khan for at least trying a little bit with Powerhouse Hobbs. It's just the problem that I'm having is it's very inconsistent in how they book him. Like Tony Khan needs to do a better job at presenting his bigger wrestlers a lot better on television. There's no way that someone like Hook, who is half the size of Big Bill, is going to dominate Big Bill. There's no way Hook can dominate Big Bill. There's no way that Jon Moxley can just, dominate Powerhouse Hobbs to the mat, easily take him down. No, because it's not going to look believable. Don't insult the intelligence of your viewers by having a smaller wrestler believably beat a bigger wrestler. It's not smart booking at all. And that's how you kill you pretty much kill the mystique of the bigger wrestler that has more of the appeal. And something I did not know was that back in 2020, Jon Moxley introduced Powerhouse Hobbs to AEW, and he brought him in. So that kind of does come full circle for Hobbs and Moxley to have their world title match 5 years later, right? But we're not gonna point out back when Moxley beat Hobbs already with the IWGP heavyweight title on the line last year in June. No, we're not going to even address that elephant in the room. We're not going to already mention that Moxley already beaten Powerhouse Hobbs already when it came to a world title. But I guess we're not going to acknowledge that, right? Which is a little bit odd to me. It's a little bit odd to me that Powerhouse Hobbs, he's in the world title picture, but he lost to Konosuke at World's End for the international title. So, Will Hobbs is losing a lot of title matches. He's bound to lose this one, but I would expect, coming into the new year, Tony Khan will do a better job of protecting Powerhouse Hobbs. I mean, he's one of your biggest and more talented big men, on the roster right now. So I would think protecting him in a loss would be a priority. And at the very least, they could put Powerhouse Hobbs with the Hurt Syndicate. I think that would be a great way to utilize him, and it would make him look even better alongside Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, right? So all I'm saying is they got to do a better job of making their big men look dominating and make them look like a menace. Having a smaller wrestler beat a bigger wrestler, like dominating them, it's not convincing at all. And it's insulting the intelligence of the viewers.